Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. I want to talk about the redstone situation here. Now, Dokkan all of a sudden just decided, you know what? What's a good way to make the best here in Dokkan history by far, by the way? Even better is to just constantly give tons of redstones. They've given so many this year. I mean, I guess, Dokkan has so many, over 1,000 characters. There's over 100 Dokkan Fests at this point. I don't know, it's probably more like, oh, damn, I don't know, more like 150 or something? I don't know, so probably something like that. But there's tons of these, LRs, stuff like that all over. Now, we're doing the thing where we're taking characters who came out, in 2015 and 2016, and we're making them contenders for one of the best units in the game, like Tech Beerus. So, they gave out 3 redstones. 3. And, I mean, there's a lot of interesting characters we potentially can select here. Now, the setup here is a little bit goofy, too, and how they... We'll get into it in 2 seconds. By the way, I did talk about this a little bit. Well, a lot, I guess. I think it was in my snowman video. You could see in the little preview, we talk about it right there. But I did want to just do a dedicated video just specifically for this as well. Because if we just do a dedicated video for this, then, this is where people are like, oh, okay, what should I get? And they can click right on it. Now, immediately, before we even start, we scroll down. The best character here by a mile, because he's literally a top 10 unit in the game contender, is Tech Beerus. Now, what we're able to do with Tech Beerus is we're able to get 3 copies of him. You can grab 3 copies of Tech Beerus. Now, he starts out as a TUR, so you just grab him. You could grab 2 more, just reverse him, and you can feed him in his dupes, right? I just... Getting 3 copies of Tech Beerus probably is the play. I mean, he's on a bunch of teams. It's very odd. Sometimes, like, someone will say something, like a narrative will be created about a unit, and then a bunch of people just go, oh yeah, and they just copy it too. But, like, Beerus is on a bunch of teams, and he's strong enough to be there. Realm of Gods, run him on Tech UI Goku's team. He could be run on, like, Tech Carnival Broly's team, right? You could run him on, well, I guess, I don't know, we probably don't want to run AGL Frieza's team, right? You could run him on Beast Gohan's team. He easily works, right? Like, a lot of these categories have leader skills all over. Planetary Destruction in Broly leads, right? Like, there's a lot of places you could run this guy. To be fair, I don't run in Broly unless it's full uncontrollable power, but yeah. This guy has got setups. You go run him on, with Tech UI Goku Beast and stuff like that, and it's completely fine. So, grabbing him with this really probably is the smart thing to do. I guess we'll just... I don't know. There's a couple of other super easy A's here who certainly are effective. Why... Oh, because they come with other characters. Alright, let's just go... all the way. Damn, there's actually a lot more here than sheesh. There's a lot. Okay, so you could get... It's 3 Elder Kais. Yeah, okay, 1 redstone gets you 3 Elder Kais. You could get that. This one is a redstone. This will give you Boo Tanks and 2 Elder Kais. I do like that they added the Elder Kai option to this. That's really good. This guy is he was like an okay sub option when Golden Week happened for Majin Power, but no. Dude, chat, I have no clue what they're gonna do with this PyCon right here. I don't know. I would just say skip this. I mean, are they gonna EZA him? Because remember, he's, they did change it on Global. What does this PyCon look like now on Global? Because he is still STR on Global, right? Yeah, he is. See, here. If we jump over, like, he's STR on Global. I don't know, man. I could see them just kind of ignoring this guy forever. Like, just to not deal with it. I could see it. I wouldn't recommend it. Well, I don't know. I guess if he's in here, right? Like, why would they put him in here? I don't know. This is interesting. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta almost assuredly is going to have a good Super EZA. He has like people. When did he EZA in 2018? Like early on in 2018, mid 2018 or something like that. And people were able to utilize him in Red Zone in January of 2022 with his damage reduction. This guy will likely have a very, very good Super EZA. So, you know, one thing you could do with these redstones is you could be grabbing characters that, like grabbing a character now in hopes that their Super EZA will be very good. I think that would be a good idea with him. Same thing with Gogeta. I would say the chances that Gogeta EZAs, Super EZAs during the 10th anniversary is, I mean, it's overwhelming. Like, I would say it's got to be like a 90% chance. If they're going to EZA any character during the celebration, Super EZA, I feel like this Gogeta's got to be there, right? First anniversary Gogeta. I could see them Super EZA first anniversary Gogeta, first anniversary Super Janemba, second anniversary Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and second anniversary Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. 4 Super EZAs in the 10th anniversary, the first and second anniversary characters, would make a ton of sense to me. It really would. STR Cell, I don't know. I mean, I guess his Super EZA might not be way, way, way far away. Because, I mean, like, Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is already EZA'd. And, like, Cell's kind of in, like, that same era, that same batch of characters. I don't know. Cell could be really good, but grabbing him for his Super EZA, I don't know. I don't know that that's the best idea. Same with Vegeta. Vegeta, I kind of feel like he's, you know, within potentially the era where they could EZA him. But, I mean, do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, remember, in terms of when they initially released, Cell was December of 2016, and Vegeta was January of 2017, right? Vegeta was the last Dokkan Fest that came out before the second anniversary and Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So, like, some of these guys could potentially be Super EZAs. Golden Frieza probably is going to be a really good Super EZA. These characters that already have kits designed around damage reduction and stuff like that probably would be very good. So, I mean, he could be nice. I mean, there's a lot of teams that this guy's on. He could be an option. I mean, that's a good thing to do with the Redstone. If you're looking for power right now, again, Super EZA Beerus is your go-to pick. Blue Kaioken Goku, I would probably say no. It's just another, like, Goku's on 500 teams. That probably has a lot of, like, replaceable options. I don't know. I feel like he's not really maybe as much of a glamour option as, like, you know, Physical Vegito Blue and, you know, Rose and some of those other characters. Broly probably isn't going to Super EZA for quite a while. They haven't gotten quite... I don't know, man. I would probably say no for this guy. Skip him if it, like, no. Omega, I mean, I don't know. Omega he's a power absorption character, so he could pair well with Tech Buhan. But, I mean, it's a lot of these characters we'll see. Then, like, the Tech Fusion Zamasu and the Sword of Hope Trunks. Fusion Zamasu is such a competitive name, because all these different Fusions of Monsters just have the same name. So I wouldn't really recommend that. Trunks, no. Cooler, I probably wouldn't really recommend, because, I mean, we're now, once it becomes 2025, we could potentially see LR Cooler and Metal Cooler and stuff like that potentially EZA. So it's like maybe they Super EZA this guy right around when LR Cooler EZAs, and there's not going to be much of a point to this guy. You never know. So here's STR Janemba. So, I mean, let me just quickly come back to this. But it's true that we can get STR Janemba with the stone, but we can't get Int Janemba? Seems odd. STR Janemba's probably not going to EZA for a while. Probably not. Then we have Kid Buu. Again, Kid Buu is probably far off. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or Super Saiyan 3 Broly's probably far away. Same with Super 17, Int Gogeta, Tech Super Saiyan. I feel like those characters are all very far off, probably from Super Easying. Now, these two, I would say them as well. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I would say, like, yeah, they're probably far off from easing. But their status is a little bit different than all the rest of the characters around them, besides STR Gogeta, because these guys are anniversary characters. Dokkan, to me, just kind of like watching how Dokkan operates, watching the patterns, Dokkan really, really has grown to care a lot about these anniversary characters. So I could see a big grand spectacle of them even potentially super easying during the anniversary. I could see it, the 10th anniversary coming up. So it's like you could grab them with hopes that they would do that. Right now, the 4th anniversary LRs are very powerful with their time-limited buffs. But, I mean, the Super Easy would be a permanent buff. And remember, the time-limited buffs do end in the middle of January, right before the 10th anniversary is officially going to begin. Then we get to AGL Rose and Physical Vegito Blue. Now, I feel like a lot of people are going to grab this guy and be ready to go with this guy, because he was probably one of the strongest EZAs ever. I think that's definitely fair to say. So, I mean, this guy could be really, really crazy with a Super EZA, or he could not be. Because there's been a lot of bosses, man, that have damage thresholds. Like, damage threshold boss, like, that counter characters don't do shit against those bosses, man. So that was, the Fusion Zamasu boss was damage threshold. The Beast Gohan Supreme Magnificent Battle boss was damage threshold. And now Goku and Frieza. So 3 major fights in less than a year's span had the damage threshold, like, boss ability. So that limits counter characters a lot. So, you know, be wary of that. You know, you could be like, oh, he was the greatest ever when he EZA'd, so he'll be the greatest ever when he Super EZA's. He could be, but if there's damage threshold bosses around, that's bad for counter characters, man. And then AGL Rose, I mean, he could be very crazy as well, but Goku Black now, I feel like, hasn't... Goku Black is almost... I mean, you know, in the earlier days of Dokkan, Goku Black characters dominated this game, but is Goku Black's reputation in Dokkan at this point super different from, like, Bardock? It's not like almost every Rose and almost every, like, Bardock has not been that great for a while. I mean, I remember LR Goku Black and Zamasu, they were really good, like, the first, you know, couple of months when they EZA'd back then. Int LR Goku Black, I thought was a very effective character, but, I mean, he was a no-go and, like, the hardest fight in the game. That is true, so, I don't know. We'll see. This guy, no, he's dead already. Dead already. Super easy, Goku Black. This is a character that needs to get hit to get defense. He's a loser. I do like Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but, you know, remember, he's all about dodge. I mean, 11 Ki, he does get damage reduction, but he's basically a dodge character. So if dodge is not your thing, he's not really going to be too good for you. Super Easy Beerus, of course, is the go-to. I think just using all 3 red stones, getting 3 copies of him, is a really good idea. Full Power Freeze is good. He's just good. He will taper off and become bad as the fight goes on, but he starts off very explosive. You could always, you know, get good value out of a character that's very elite right away, so keep that in mind. This Broly's pretty good. He's a nice support. I feel like I'm always more favorable to supports. He's good. Super Easy Kid Buu, I don't really want to be as favorable to this guy. By the way, now, remember, this is 2 redstones. Buuhan could Super Easy really at any time. Fat Buu is okay-ish. And then Super Easy Kid Buu. I will say this. Super Easy Kid Buu is one of the characters that, like, if we did a top 5 characters who have died the most on the channel in 2024, Kid Buu's on that list. For sure. Easy. Kid Buu, Harudagarn. Man. Those are just the 2 that immediately come to mind. Characters that just die all the time. All they do is die. Those 2. It's just die. Death, 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 death. Every other run. But he's really, as long as he's not going to get targeted, he could have really impactful support. This guy's just not good. And he comes with Gotenks and AGL Super Vegito. Yeah, Buu Saga characters. AGL Super Vegito I guess it could be in range for an EZA. I mean, he came out before Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, right? So, I guess that's something to keep in mind. I don't know. I would skip this. I would skip that one. Oceanus is horrible. This is 3 red stones. Oh my god. That's just offensive. Launch is terrible. 3 red stones. What? Guasu and Zamasu, they were really good a year ago. They're 3 red stones. This is what I'm saying. Like, this shit is weird. EGL Zamasu's, like, very mid or okay-ish, or it's very iffy with him. 3 red stones, I would not recommend it. In my, again, she was really good a year ago. I wouldn't recommend it. Tech Trunks was mid the day he came out. No way, don't do that. That's 3. This guy, no, 3. He's not very good. In Future Gohan, I think he's a pretty solid character, but, I mean, if things don't go perfectly your way, he can get killed, right? But he's not worth 3 red stones. Not with, like it's, I do think either getting Super Easy Beerus or getting characters like that are gonna Super EZA and potentially could be major contenders for like some of the best characters in the game. STR Gogeta, Physical VB, you know, AGL Rose, 2nd anniversary, you know, Super Saiyan 4s are good options. Although again, remember, Goku Black sometimes, you know, I feel like there's a long track record of him not being crazy for a while now. This Future Gohan was okay a year ago, but obviously you don't want to get him now for 3 red stones. 3 red stones, they're not worth it. 3 red stones, he's not worth it. 3 red stones, he's not worth it. This guy sucked the day he came out, so obviously he's not worth 3 red stones a year later. Champa's not good. Frost is not good. Boda Magetta, not really that good. Jiren, not that good. It's just, guys, so much of this, it's just not worth it, man. It's just not. This Trunks, worthless. 13 is ass. The future androids are worthless. Tapion, yeah, damn. Dude, oh, man. There's probably, like, very, like, casual Dokkan players who, they really might be like, oh, wait, Android 13 has 3 red stones. He must be good. Like, I don't know. All these ones that are 3 red stones are all skips. You cannot touch them whatsoever. The only one of 2 that I like, so there's 2 packs of 2. The Kid Buu one is intriguing because I think Buhan, he really could Super EZA any day. Like, in the celebration, he could Super EZA. Now, I do find it very weird that Int Janemba's not available in here, by the way. STR Janemba's here, but no Int Janemba. And, I mean, STR Gogeta's here. So, I don't know why Int Janemba's not around. Very, very mysterious. If I had to rank it, though, so again, Super EZA Beerus, of course, is like a go-to. If you're not going to get him, I really like the idea, of these 2 right here. Super Gogeta and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I would say that these are like kind of like my 2 picks. My 2 picks for players to go for if you want to get future characters. Physical Vegito Blue is an obvious one, but again, heed my warning about the damage threshold, which Dokkan loves to do. Because the reason they love it is because it's an easy way to power creep characters. Oh, you love using your 2-year-old character? Well, tough. That's why. Listen. It's a ruthless, we're a gacha game, man. It's ruthless. They don't care. They don't, like, everyone wants their characters and slow down power creep, stuff like that. I think it's better if maybe we don't have explosive power creep from the 10th anniversary. But you know who doesn't give a fuck? The ones who care about the bottom line, right? So, you know, just be wary about a counter character. It's not 2016 and 2017 anymore, where counter characters completely, like, practically invalidated difficulty, right? It's not like that anymore. But, all right, let me know what you guys think. Definitely a lot of options here. Remember, you have 3 red stones, so, you know, you could get Super Gogeta, you can get Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and you can get Physical VB, and then you have 3 characters who potentially could be pretty solid, you know, sooner rather than later. So, I do love what they did with this red stone here. It's awesome, and this guy being here, oh my god, is amazing. This guy legitimately is a top 10 in the game contender. So let me know what you guys decide to do.